Just for the new audience, should we recap our playoff teams and then make our big pick?
Q, you're the leadoff. Get this thing popping off.
NFC playoffs, we got Philly as the number one overall seed. Actually, the number one overall seed in the playoffs, 14-3 regular season. They'll get the bye. San Francisco is the 2 seed. They're going to beat the 7 seed Dallas Cowboys. The Detroit Lions, the number 3 seed, will beat the Tampa Bay Bucks, the number 6 seed. And the number 4 seed Atlanta Falcons will fall to the number 5 Los Angeles Rams. All those teams will in the divisional round. And it's 1 and 2. Philadelphia and San Francisco advance. They move on to the championship round. And I've got the Philadelphia Eagles making the return to the Super Bowl once again, which sets up potentially for another Super Bowl rematch versus the Kansas City Chiefs. But as we go over to the AFC side, it's KC number 1 overall with that 13-4 record. Cleveland defeats Buffalo in the wild card round to advance. The Jets defeat Baltimore in the wild card round. And then I've got Houston defeating the Cincinnati Bengals to advance. And it's chalky again in the divisional round. Kansas City and Cleveland both advance, beating Houston and the Jets respectively. And in the championship round, the Kansas City Chiefs are defeated by the Cleveland Browns, and we've got a Super Bowl matchup for the ages. 2 of the most passionate fan bases. One where they had to crack open a bunch of fridges for free beer in Cleveland when they finally were able to break that winless streak, and the other one that likes to lube up their light poles just so the fans can't go berserk after slapping police horses, squaring off in New Orleans. Super Bowl, whatever the hell it is at this point in time. Cleveland taking on Philadelphia for the Super Bowl for 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That'll be a fun game to be at. A fun week to be
Hell yeah.
Really?
Can you imagine all the social media that will come from that?
Really?
What?
What?
Especially considering Jameis Winston will be the starter for Cleveland at that point. So.
Wow. Not my words, but Jonas Knox, but there we are.
I got Dallas and Detroit and some way, somehow in the NFC championship round. Is that doable?
That's doable.
Okay, and I think Detroit beats them and goes to the Super Bowl. And then on the AFC side, I have Kansas City and whoever you want to say they knock off. I don't care. We could say the Bengals or we could say the Bills. One of them, maybe even the Ravens. One of those 3, they're going home. KC's going back, and they get their 3-peat. That's what I think.
So you got KC 3-peating.
Yes.
All right.
I'm not betting against them anymore.
So in the NFC, my playoff teams are the Eagles to win the East, the Lions to win the North, the Falcons to win the South, and I've got the Rams winning the NFC West. My wild card teams are the Cowboys, Bears, and the 49ers, and coming out of the NFC, how about them Cowboys? I got the Dallas Cowboys as a wild card team, making it all the way to, I'm with you, whatever the hell Super Bowl this is coming up here in New Orleans. So I've got Dallas out of the NFC, and over to the AFC, my division winners are the Jets out of the East, the Bengals out of the North, the Jaguars out of the South, and the Chargers out of the West. My wild card teams are the Dolphins, Texans, and Chiefs. Out of the AFC, I've got the Cincinnati Bengals representing, getting back to a Super Bowl in New Orleans, and in that Super Bowl, the Dallas Cowboys get it done. The Dallas Cowboys will be your Super Bowl champions, knocking off the Cincinnati Bengals in New Orleans coming up in February.
Y'all know who else gets it done?
Who?
Rapid Radios. That's right. Yeah. They're the official communication device of Fox Sports Radio. Yeah, that's right. Rapid Radios are an instant push-to-talk walkie-talkie offering national LTE coverage and no subscription or monthly fees. That's right. Come on down. Business owners, you can keep in touch with up to 200 staff at one time, and it's a great alternative to mobile phones for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping, and free protection bag. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. Now, back to you guys.
Hell yeah. There you go. By the way, LaVar, what was your Super Bowl pick? Was KC over who again? I'm
Detroit.
All right, so you got KC over Detroit because I'm putting.
And I think Detroit beats, and I got Detroit beating. Did I have Detroit winning it?
Yeah, Detroit winning it.
No, you had Kansas City with the 3-peat.
I thought I had Kansas City with the 3-peat. And if I did say Detroit were to win, if some way, somehow that came out of my mouth, I did not mean that. I believe Kansas City will get back to the Super Bowl, and I believe they will beat Detroit in the Super Bowl, which, by the way, Detroit will beat Dallas to get to the Super Bowl.
I never even said who I had winning, by the way.
Who you got winning?
Cleveland
Do you
Browns,
hold that under the cap?
The Cleveland Browns.
You're going Cleveland?
Oh.
All right.
For
the first time.
What was that? What state was that again?
What's not a state?
Ohio. What city?
Ohio,
what city? What city?
Cleveland!
There we go. My bad. How did I mess that up?
All right, so I've put together some numbers here.
It's not a state.
All right, so on DraftKings, you can actually bet the exact result of the game. So, LaVar, you've got KC beating Detroit.
Yeah.
All right, so that pays out 40-1. Right?
Hell yeah. Which is actually great odds considering it's probably going to happen.
I know, that really is. I've got Dallas Cowboys beating the Cincinnati Bengals 160-1. That is the payout. If the Cleveland Browns beat the Philadelphia Eagles, as Brady Quinn has predicted here on this show, 350-1.
Dang.
There you go, fellas.
Yeah. So that's your
slap a little
shot.
money
That's
on
your
that.
money right there.
Slap in the base.
So there's your look ahead to the NFL season. Did you have any, by the way, which team were you close to making a bold pick on, but you put it back in the holster? Because I had two. Arizona and Denver.
I would say I made the bold picks. I've got Cleveland winning their first one out.
That's why Cleveland was the one I was thinking about, and I put them back in the holster.
Arizona and Denver, and I don't know why. But then I was really close to making Denver a wild card team, and then I saw their schedule, and it's
because you're a hard hat, lunch pail kind of guy.
It's true.
You know, the type of guy that appreciates hard work, likes the underdog story. Someone that never wants to be counted out. What though the odds be great or small? Jonas Knox will win overall.
Great point.
That is your mentality. That's how you take on things, Jonas. And I can see why you would look at two teams that most people, even our friends at DraftKings and everyone out west or any other book out there, probably has them finishing last in their division based on the odds. You, my friend, though, would somehow find a way to try to pump them up into a position that, in reality, they'll never be able to achieve this year.
Let me see. Actually, let me see if I can find the odds on what an Arizona-Denver Super Bowl would be. What would that look like? I don't even know. 400-1. You think so? All right, let me see. What we
like 500.
You think? All right, talk amongst yourselves. Let me work on this real quick.
They can't take that long to put together, Jonas.
Well, no, but you got to go down the entire list. So they
literally didn't even put it together as a combination because it was so improbable.
It's really way far down the list.
Okay, we'll keep scrolling.
Here we go. 5,000-1.
No way.
Yeah.
5,000-1.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So
that's very, very, very long odds.
Yeah.
But somehow, some way, Jonas Knox almost predicted it.
Yeah. So
no way.
No, I just thought maybe playoff team.
That is clearly off of Jonas Knox's algorithm. Right. It knows if Jonas Knox makes a pick to make it that type of odds.
No, I mean, I'm just looking at it going, all right, maybe.
Classic Knox.
Classic
Knox.
That's a Knox lock.
Also, I'm with you. Tennessee might be sneaky as well, too.
Yeah.
Because they've added a
crap
lot.
out of the football. Will Levis, I think, is in for a big year. That's a team that I wouldn't be shocked if they don't go 9-8. I know I had them at 6-11. And I was torn. It was one of those things where I kind of went back and forth on a few teams in the record here and there. That was one that I'm like, I could see them actually having a winning record, surprising everyone.
Which is the worst team in the league?
Carolina.
Think so?
I mean, New England's right there too.
I got New England.
Yeah.
You got New England
worse than
Carolina.
Yeah.
I was shocked that I took New York over Washington. That did shock me. Myself, it shocked me.
Well, you retired a Giant. Makes sense.
Yeah, and
I
also
did retire
your
a Giant.
experience in Washington and the way you talk about your time with the Giants. Stark contrast. I'll just put it that way.
Yes, to the teams, not the fan base.
Right. Well, yeah. No, I'm talking about the experience with the teams.
Yeah, that's true.